Every 80 years, all across the planet, the course of human civilization shifts. Like clockwork, the world changes. Old empires crumble and rise again. New heroes emerge, and each time the cycle turns, there's always a warning. A message from history that if we don't heed, we risk falling into the abyss. We are at such a moment today, a threshold between what was and what will be, and the decisions we make now will determine which path we take. The choice is ours. Do we embrace the cycle of renewal or fight against it? I've read books about ancient mysteries, secret societies, and the hidden patterns behind history's greatest moments. I'm here to help you see the invisible threads that connect us to the past, to the future, and to each other. Together, we'll explore the secrets of history and discover how they impact us today. Join me. The biggest mistake when studying history is thinking things move forward in a straight line. Of course, there are long-term trends. Knowledge grows, technology advances, society progresses. But beneath those blips on the chart, there's an underlying pulse, a heartbeat of recurring events. Every 80 years, there's a massive shift that shakes the world, upending the status quo and propelling humanity onto a new path. It's as if the world resets, forcing a complete reorientation every few generations. Historians Strauss and Howe studied these cycles in their book, The Fourth Turning. They saw that roughly every 80 years, there's a generational crisis that completely reshapes the world. The 1770s, for example, saw the American Revolution. This war wasn't just about taxes. It was a clash between two entire ways of life, between tradition and progress. The result was the birth of a new nation, one built on Enlightenment ideals. The next cycle turned in the 1860s with the US Civil War. Once again, a clash of worldviews, but this time over freedom and equality. The outcome, a nation reshaped and redefined. Then in the 1930s and 40s, the global stage shook with World War II. An ideological struggle between fascism, communism, and democracy. The result, a restructuring of the entire world order. Each of these periods was defined by profound questions about human values, purpose, and organization. And each crisis forced humanity to make a choice about its future. And now, once again, the cycle seems to be turning. We're about to enter a new phase of human history. This pattern isn't just noted by historians. Mystical traditions also recognize it. Astrologers see the alignment of planets every 25,800 years around the winter solstice. These alignments, known as the precession of the equinoxes, seem to mark ages that rise and fall in roughly 80-year cycles. Ancient cultures from the Greeks to the Celts to the Hopi recognized these cycles and built their mythology and religion around them. The Mayan calendar tracks these cycles too, with the long count calendar ending and beginning again every 5125 years. According to Mayan tradition, this marks the end and rebirth of the world. Even esoteric systems like numerology see the number 8 as significant. In Kabbalah, the Hebrew mystical tradition, the number 8 represents rebirth and resurrection. Some believe the world is destroyed and recreated every 80 years because 8 plus 8 = 16, which reduces to 8. In the Bible, the number 8 symbolizes a fresh start. For instance, Noah and his family left the ark after 40 days and 40 nights. When Jesus was baptized, the heavens opened on the 8th day. What's more, the human lifespan is about 80 years. We enter the world, and each generation passes on wisdom and knowledge until it's time to go. Each generation passes the torch, ensuring the continuity of culture, knowledge, and faith. But eventually, our own time comes to an end, and a new generation steps forward, ready to face their own challenges. These echoes of death and rebirth aren't just found in esoteric teachings. They resonate through all aspects of human experience. Every season has a death and a rebirth. Spring withers away into summer's death. Winter's icy grip then gives way to the promise of spring. We see the cycle everywhere. In fact, every human endeavor follows this pattern. Look at art. Every 100 years or so, there's a revolution. Think of the Impressionists in the 1860s, who challenged traditional painting, followed by abstract art movements in the early 20th century. Literature goes through similar phases too. Every 80 years or so, a new style emerges, reinventing storytelling. Jazz and rock and roll shook up music. The internet's had a profound impact on communication. We see this cycle in politics too. Every couple of decades, voters favor a different party, marking a shift in the political landscape. So why does everything seem to repeat every 80 years? One idea is that we're creatures of habit. Humans tend to follow patterns. And after about 2 generations, or 80 years or so, the energy builds and the pattern breaks, giving way to something new. Maybe it's inevitable. After all, human nature doesn't change much. So every few generations we find ourselves repeating the past. Now let's get back to the big question. How does this apply to us today? Well, we're living in the middle of one of these cycles. It's been about 80 years since World War II reshaped the modern world. And once again we stand on the edge of something new. Signs of the times point to a coming shift, an upheaval that could change everything. Economies are weakening. Political divisions run deep. Global uncertainty feels palpable. If we look back, we can see similar signs before each previous turning. The seeds of revolution were evident in the 1760s. Europe's population had grown significantly during the 18th century, leading to overcrowding, poverty, and discontent. Ideas like democracy and individual rights were circulating. The conditions were ripe for change. Similarly, rumblings of discontent were present in the 1840s. Social classes were divided. Slavery remained a contentious issue, and new inventions were disrupting traditional ways of life. Again, the ingredients for transformation were all there. Today, too, we see signs of an unraveling. Trust in institutions is eroding. Traditional social structures are breaking down. Discontent simmers beneath the surface. Could we be approaching another turning point? Many experts warn of an economic downturn. Geopolitical tensions escalate. Climate change poses existential threats. The world seems divided, adrift, ready for something new. But here's the crucial point. A reset doesn't have to mean total collapse. Yes, there will be pain. Yes, there will be upheaval. But there's also potential for renewal. Think of the forest. A wildfire may scorch the land, but it clears away the old, making space for the new. A crisis can break down destructive patterns, allowing for healthier growth. It's like the seasons. Winter's cold grip may seem harsh, but it's necessary to clear the way for spring's rebirth. In nature, death and decay are part of the cycle, making room for new life to flourish. Humanity too needs times of quiet and reflection to regroup, to adapt, to come back stronger. Perhaps the coming shift won't be a punishment, but a chance to reshape the world according to our deepest values and aspirations. The question is, what kind of world do we want to create? Here's the true warning from history. During the high points, when everything seems stable and prosperous, there's a tendency to resist change. The old ways feel safe, even sacred. But clinging to the past prevents us from embracing the future. Consider the Roman Empire. At its peak, Rome was a shining beacon of power and wealth. But instead of adapting to a changing world, Rome resisted, doubling down on outdated strategies and stifling innovation. Eventually, this rigidity led to its downfall. Today, too, we see resistance to change. But here's the key. Every crisis brings both destruction and opportunity. It's like a wrecking ball. On the one hand, it demolishes the old. On the other, it clears the way for the new. The real danger lies in resisting the inevitable. When the cycle turns, will we cling to the past or ride the wave of change? Will we welcome the future or fight against it? The choice, my friends, is ours. History speaks to us across the ages, offering guidance, wisdom, and a reminder of our cyclical journey. The turning point is here. What direction will we take? Only time will tell. If you're ready to step into that future, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.